Welcome to 2025.
Yeah, happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New
Hopefully,
Year.
still happy. A week in. What date is
Um, we what we talking about today? We are talking about our goals for 2025
it?
and where are we going to be this time next year?
Yeah, and I think you'll probably hear me and Sammy touch on where we were this time last year to where we are this time this year and what happened with our goals for the last year or so.
Completely changed. Went from one extreme to another,
Yeah,
mixed up in the middle, and ta-da, here I am.
but this is a good thing about goals. Set a goal, work towards it, and if it's not working for you, change it. Don't
Yeah,
get to the end of the year and be like, oh my God, I haven't finished that goal. Just change it. It's no big deal.
I think it's good to change because, like, we both did a course last year. We learned a lot. We opened things, we started things, we've looked at sticked up, like done little bits and then
Yeah.
gone, do you know what? No, that's not for me, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. Let's try something else.
Yeah.
That works, that doesn't work, whatever. It's okay. You can change your mind. You're not stuck doing the one thing. If you like, I did it a couple of years ago. I decided to add an extra treatment to my services and then went, do you know what? No. And I stopped doing it. I did it for 6 months and I've decided, no, that wasn't for me. And that's okay.
Yeah. I find January is a bit of a funny month though for that because I think I I have all good intentions of where I am, where I want to be. And January comes along and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Let's add this into my diary. Let's add this into my treatment list. And last I did it last year. And bear in mind that I'm teaching everybody to just do what, like focus on things, do what you want to do, don't go crazy and add extra treatments in. Last year, last January, I signed up and I did Indian head massage and Hopi ear candling. Um, well, I'm fully booked, and the amount of training I've done over the years, because I love learning. I'm a right sucker for learning. But I was like, oh, I'm fully booked. But you know what? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to do these things? So, and then the company that I was going to train with did one of these like buy one, get one half price. So my initial plan was in Indian head mask. No, Hopi ear candling. That was my initial plan. And then buy one, get one half price pops up. So I'm like, oh, what else can I learn? So then I did Indian head massage. I was like, what? I don't do any of it. But
But you know how
and
to do it.
yeah, I know how to do it. But yeah, it's just crazy. And I think January for me is always like, you see all this stuff popping up, buy this, join this membership, all
New
of this
year,
stuff.
new me.
Yeah, loads and loads of stuff. I know the secret. I know the secret to success. And if you pay me this much money, I'm going to tell you it, but only in January, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And we all sort of like fall into it, don't we? Because it's a new year. And we're like, yeah, this is like my goals are going to be this, this, and this. I'm going to smash this year. And we all do these crazy things and spend a shed load of money that we really shouldn't because we've got a tax bill.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, whoopsie.
Yeah.
We do get
Yeah.
sucked in. That's massive. Like, I think, yes, it's great education, brilliant, but think about it a couple of times before you go and fork out money, because sometimes, like, I've been a victim of it. You've probably been a victim of it. We've probably all been a victim of it,
Yeah.
where we pay for stuff and it's too good to be true. You've then spent all this money and you're like, what did I get for that?
Yeah.
What have I just spent X amount of pounds on? Like, have I actually learned anything from that? Like, is it stuff I already knew? Or you've really got to think about it, because you don't want to end up being sucked in, lured in with all these pretty sparkly things, and it's not real.
No.
Um, you've just got to work out what's actually going to be profitable for you and what's going to benefit you. Learning is great. If it's learning new skills, yes, do it. If you want to keep up with the trends, or you want to keep up with this or that, the other,
Yeah.
that's great. Um, but yeah, like you say, I'm going to solve all your problems. Pay me X amount of pounds, and you're like,
Yeah.
how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Be more skeptical.
Yeah, I know. We're terrible, aren't we? Um, but do you know what my favourite thing about a new year is, Sammy?
But
A diary. Right.
oh, a new diary. I want to love a new
Yeah.
diary.
I am just a stationery person. I love stationery. I love writing with a nice pen and nice paper.
Yes.
And I love that feeling of a blank diary. I just love it. It's like I look at the year and I just have this hope, this feeling of hope. I've got no stress about the things that I've got to do that I've said yes to that I wish I didn't say yes to because my diary is pretty clear and it's just lovely. And I also like talking about that as like a personal diary and paper and pen diary, but also work related. So I don't have a paper and pen diary for work. I'm all for automation, and
Yeah.
you know, if you know me and Sammy, you know how strongly we both feel about online booking systems.
Save
But
you
I'll
so
get to that
much
in a
time.
sec. Yeah. But
Oh
my
God.
favorite bit is January comes and all my clients who, are still like filtering back in for January. I just love being able to say yes. I love it when I see that new booking pop up. And it's like my diary's quite clear. And if I want to take a bit of time out here, I can just close my diary and I can make my days a bit shorter if I want to. You can't do that later in the year. Your diary just becomes messier and messier. But January is just like that time of like new feelings, opportunities. And I just feel like January is a bit more about me than the rest of the world.
You can like reevaluate everything. But
Yeah,
with
I love
booking systems, right? I found when I had a paper diary, I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll squeeze them in. I'll add
yeah.
that extra person. With my booking system, I can't. It literally tells me, no, you can't double book yourself. No, you are not working in them hours. It does not fit.
Yes.
And you're like, but
Yes.
I know it fits. And you're like, no, no, it won't let you. And you're like, okay, that actually makes me then stick to my boundaries of like, these are
Yeah,
my working hours. This is what I'm working. This is what I'm doing. This is when I'm off. Because if I did have just a paper diary, I would not stick to it.
I agree. And I think it saves a lot of hassle with your clients as well. Like I feel that my clients have way more respect for my boundaries
Hmm.
because they've got an online booking system. And when they're trying to book an appointment with me, they can see what's what. And I just feel like they have way more respect than years ago. I had when I first opened my salon, I had there were we opened in November and that Christmas, I think it was that first Christmas, I'd gone from being a sole trader to a limited company. And that first Christmas, there were four of us working there. And one of my regular clients phoned the salon, so they didn't have my mobile number anymore or anything like that. They couldn't get an appointment through that way, so boundaries had started to come in place. And she phoned the salon. She was like, "Can I have an appointment with Emma on this day at this time?" And whoever answered the phone was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, she's fully booked. She can do such and such time." Okay, could you give her a message and ask her to call me? So I did. So I called her and I was like, "Hi, you okay? You want an appointment." She said, "Yeah, can you fit me in at this time and this day?" And I was like, "I'm really sorry, I just can't. This is all I've got." So I had an appointment to offer her, but I was like, "This is what I can offer you." And then she said to me, "Could you not come in at 7 o'clock in the morning to do it?" And when
That
I was a sole trader, I would have been like, "Yeah, okay, of course I can." But I was on the phone and I said, "Do you know what? I'm really sorry. No, I can't. I've got a gap at this time and I've got staff. And if my staff aren't fully booked, so I can't come in at 7 a.m. while I've got staff members at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. that are free because otherwise it makes no sense for me to have staff." And she was like, "Oh, okay, I'll take that appointment time you offered me." But it's like the boundaries aren't there. Whereas now I've still got the same client and I love her to pieces, but she'll book online and then she'll send me a message every now and again saying, "I've tried to book in, Emma, I can't get in. So I've booked in for this week on this day. Can you let me know if you get cancellation?" I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah, that's fine." That's a difference with a booking
yeah.
system. You your clients are different with you than they are with
And
your
respect
bookings.
your working hours a lot
Yeah,
more. Like I even have people that have messaged me on a weekend and be like, I'm so sorry to message you on a Sunday. I know
yeah,
you're not working. I don't expect to reply straight away, but blah 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 blah.
yes,
And then it's my choice if I want to then open that on that time or whether I wait for the Monday morning. But I think like especially if like people are ill, right? So you'll have like a cancellation policy with a booking system. You can have that set in place, like whether they pay a deposit or
Mhm.
whether, however you set up your system. Like I was supposed to have a client tonight, and she messaged me over the 24 hours. So that's my booking system. That's my
Yeah,
policy. It's 24 hours notice if you're going to cancel last minute, whatever. And she messaged me before that 24 hours sort of thing. And she's like, I'm really not well. I'm literally streaming from the nose. I've got a horrible cold. I don't want to pass it to you. Can we reschedule? If not, I'll wait until my next appointment. Not a problem. And I'm like, I respect that more,
me too.
that I've gone, right, this is what I've got. This is the times I can do. And she's just moved. And I said, look, your next appointment, we'll just move that a week so that you're still in set with like sync, but we've just moved it a week. But I respect that more, even though she's messaged me out of hours and I'm not technically working. It's just having that flexibility of being able to go, do you
Yeah.
know what, it's okay. And actually, I'm quite glad I didn't have to work tonight because it means I get an evening off.
Oh my God, yes.
It's sometimes I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Yes.
you know
Yes.
but I love it, like you say, when you get the little bell that comes up and it's like notification, you've got a new booking.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. It's
and
and
I haven't had to
January
do
is like,
anything because the system's done it for me. It sends out the reminders for me, so I don't
yeah.
have to sit there on the night before going, right, who have I got tomorrow? Right, are you still okay for tomorrow? Are you still okay for tomorrow? Are you still, I ain't got time for that.
No. When I became a sole trader again, so after I closed my salon down, which was 4 years ago, I became a sole trader, and the first thing I did was invested in an online booking system because I knew for a fact that I do not want to spend hours of my day and hours of my week on that type of paperwork.
Hmm.
And actually, I use Avatu, and at that point, it was £15 a month for everything. Like £15 a month? Are you kidding me? Like what I can charge for that extra hour in the salon, way like blows it out of the water. It's like so financially worth it. Um, it just doesn't make any financial sense to me to not have an online booking system.
Yeah, 'cause
Just
some of them are a lot cheaper than others. I mean, I use Booking Beautiful, and but then I use it for, so I have my products on there, so all the stuff I retail, it's on there, so I can have a like stock inventory,
that's
and
good.
like I can do a stock take, and I can go, right, okay, I need to order this, we've got none of that's left, and people can order it, like they can select it online as well if they want to.
That's good.
I can have like vouchers on there, so I pay that, and then I'm on the app as well so that people can find me on the app, because some people book through the app, and I'm like,
Perfect.
okay, they're added expenses, but even though, I mean, I'm spending £60 a month,
Yeah.
but I look at that and go, right, that's like just a bit more than one set of nails. I can do that a month. That's not a problem. You know, I just think I would rather that than pay a receptionist, basically.
Yeah, and your booking system can do so much for you as well, can't it?
Well, it
So
does all my emails, it does all my cancellation watch, it
yeah,
does my products. Like it's all in one place. So when it comes to the end of the year and I go to my tax man and go, my accountant, sorry, go to my accountant and say, look, here's my reports for this year. This is all the stuff I've taken. This is how much I've spent on
yeah,
my card reader. This is what I've done this. Like, yes, I've taken cash. Yes, I've taken bank transfer. Yes, I've taken card payments. Here's my fees. This is this. And this is what I've spent.
yeah.
It's so much easier to have like all of it in one place.
It
Like I
is.
had my year in review just come up, and I'm looking at it going, where's all my money? Where's all my money gone? But it's nice to be able to see, like, oh, you've worked this many hours. This is how many appointments you've had.
Yeah,
This is like at the end of the month, you can then see exactly, like, you can see your pattern.
yeah.
Like you can then go, right, last month I earned this much, this month I've earned this much, and next month I've predicted this much because that's how many appointments are booked in.
Good.
Not all, like, you can't necessarily do that if you don't. Like I have it where it blocks out my time, so each appointment's a certain time frame. I can then add on nail art and be like, right, here's a bracket of this nail art. This is an add-on. You know, having that has made my life so much easier.
I
And I'm
agree.
not like, even when I'm back to back with clients, I have that buffer so that I can go for a wee. Like I think when you pencil someone in and you go, oh, yeah, I'm going to put them in at 9. Yeah, I should be done by like 9:30 or 10. But actually, you'd be better off booking them in at 11 and having a 2 hour window for that appointment, depending
Yeah.
on obviously what your service is. But it's like actually giving yourself extra time is so much more better for your like well-being
Yeah.
than going, do you know what, I'm going to work within an hour and I'm going to be like, oh my God, my next client's going to turn up. And there's nothing worse than that stress on yourself of like going clock watching, like, oh my God, can I
Yeah.
do it? Because then you're not going to do a
Horrendous.
very good job. Oh my God.
What?
I've just looked at my my nail lamp and I'm like, when your client, like, I'm just like, oh my God, look at the state of that. Can you see that?
Ah,
I'm like, oh, that's nice.
yeah.
Just decorated my nail lamp. Like, I just noticed that on the thing. Sorry.
Do you know what? No, you're making a really good point because I had a boss years ago, my first boss, who used to say to us, I was 19, and she'd say to us all, I want you to go and lie on the bed in your treatment room as a client and look around from the client side of it. And it's really interesting what you see as a client to what we see on our side. Like we're on one side and we're only seeing this, this, and this, but our client is like their eye line is that cobweb up there, or like it's just
I'm like,
amazing.
yeah, I am literally sitting in this is my client view. So
Yeah.
this is what um I see. So I see this beautiful wallpaper.
Yeah, I know. I love it that you've got that side for you to look at.
So this is my side, and then I have my clock literally up there.
Oh, yeah.
So I can literally see above them and like just look at the clock. Whereas
Good.
obviously my client then sees like all the pretty stuff that's normally in the background. Um, but yeah, it's true. I'm like, oh my God, they've literally destroyed my I
Well,
mean, it's not as bad as some people's, but
no, some are, but honestly, when they put their nails in, it's like, oh, oh,
yeah. Or they got the fluffy like jumper and there's just
oh
like fluff all
no.
stuck to the nails, and you're like, oh my God, I'm just gonna cure that in.
I
Shall I
hate fluff. Oh, it's the
uh,
worst. It's the
um
worst.
right, I've kind of gone off
That's
topic.
okay.
Right, so
Um,
yes, booking systems are definitely a must. If you do not have a booking system, look into it. There's so many out there. You'll
yeah.
find the right one for you. Like I have a referral code and I will link it somewhere in the bottom. If you want to use Booking Beautiful, you get a free trial. But it's one of them. There is lots of different
There's loads.
ones. There is
There's
some that are
loads.
free. Some of them you can have as a booking system that's not online, and you can still use it and book them in yourself. So they
Yeah.
still get the reminders and stuff, but that you just don't have an online system for your clients to use. Um, but I get why hairdressers don't do that because they might book the wrong
Oh,
appointment. Completely get
yeah.
that. But like in the
Yeah, yeah,
beauty
yeah.
industry, 9 times out of ten, you're pretty close to what they want, or
Yeah,
if
I think
not,
so.
they can message you. Um, but yeah, definitely look into booking systems. There's like lots of different ones out there. Um,
Do you know my favorite, before we finish on booking systems, my favorite
yeah,
part about my booking system is that probably the same as all of them, by the way. But my favorite bit is if I can type in how long it's been since I've seen somebody, so I
yeah,
can have like this selection, um, any clients that I haven't seen in the last 3 months. So if I haven't seen someone for 3 months, it's really good then because it's only 3 months, and I can then send them a little email saying, "Hi, how are you?" Blah de blah de blah, and I guarantee probably 90% of them will be like, "Oh, hi Emma. Yeah, sorry, I've been trying to book in, or I've been busy, or the kids have been ill," and then I get a booking from it. But if I had a paper diary, to have to go back through months and months and months to find out who I haven't seen is a nightmare.
got it
You doing it
online.
now?
No, I've just looked at it. So if I wanted, this is just an example of like if I want
Yeah.
to book it. So if I want to send like my potential clients, right? So I've got 35 customers on my booking on my mailing system that have never booked.
Oh, wow.
So I have people on there that have never booked. So I could send just them
Yeah.
a marketing email to be like, hey, notice that you're on my booking system. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But then you've got ones like this. So I've got 30 customers which have not been in the last 3 months. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's good to see. I mean, I've got like 200 customers, like 200 people on my booking system. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous because obviously it's been over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I've had the same system, and people come and go. I have customers on there that literally come once a year when they go on
Of
holiday
course.
because of their work. They can't have nails, or, I have people that financially just couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's not a it's a luxury at the end of the day. But yeah, it's like you've got your overdue clients that have not been in for a month, but that'll be your clients that probably come every 6, 7 weeks because that's their choice. Then you've got ones here that's got like clients that are booked, upcoming clients, unconfirmed, cancelled. Like, yeah, you could literally send a message to people that have cancelled in the last
Yeah.
whatever and then
So
didn't
much easier.
rebook and be like, oh, I've noticed you've cancelled your appointment, but oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
You're
So
not
much
going to have that
easier.
with a paper diary.
No. And the other thing that you can do as well, which is just the best thing, that I offer loads and loads of things. I've got like I'm typical traditional beauty salon that I do this, that, and the other. But I can see what has been my like best treatments, what I'm not doing as well. So it means that rather than me having a house, I don't even work at home, a room full of stock. Well,
That
I
you're
probably
not
do
going to
have stock
use.
in the house as well. But instead of me having to buy stock for stuff that I'm only using once or twice a year, I can look through and see what treatments I don't do enough of. So I can either make a decision to either promote that and push that and make
Mm.
that more profitable, or just let it go. So it's
Yeah.
really helpful. So yeah, highly, both Sammy and I both highly recommend booking systems. And you know what? I'm gonna just say this as well. I'm a Right, Apple Pay is the best and worst thing in the world. And this is nothing to do with business, by the way, everyone. Well, it is actually. I'm lying in bed, 9:30 at night, on Amazon or on whoever, like, oh, that looks nice. Click, click, click. Press the button. If I have to go downstairs and get my phone, I'm not going to buy it. If get my card, sorry, I'm not going to buy it. But if it's on my phone, I'll just click a button and do it. And it's exactly the same with booking in 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, you're lying in bed and you think, do you know what? I'd love to have a massage or a facial or have my nails done. I wonder if anyone's got appointments. And then you go online, click, click, click. Yeah, they're free at this time on this day. I'm going to book. But if you are phoning somebody or having to like leave a message, it's an appointment lost. So get a booking system, grab all of those like 9:30 p.m. people in bed that are too like me, too lazy to be bothered to go downstairs and like pick the purse up. So yeah, booking systems are good.
Yeah, I actually do agree with that massively. Like that's me. I'm like laying in bed at like 11 o'clock going, I can't really message them now, but have they got anything?
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't
Um,
it?
okay, what we so yeah, definitely booking system, look into it. Next, I want to quickly cover, I think I'm just going to quickly cover this one,
Okay.
is just making time for yourself and exercising because 90% of us will sit on our bottoms. It's not healthy. Let's just, even if you just go for a walk around the block once a day, whatever it may be, just do something to get your body moving again because you're
Yeah.
just going to get stiff and it's just not great. Let's work on that. 2025. It doesn't, I'm not telling you to go and join a gym. I'm telling you just to go for a little walk because it clears
Have
your
some
head.
stretches.
It's really good. It's really good for your mental health.
Yeah, make sure you do your stretches too, everybody.
Oh yes, we've got to keep limber.
Yeah, a bit of longevity in the industry, everybody.
Yeah, keep your body working. So yeah, I just wanted to drop that one in there because that's something I'm going to work on this year. I'm going to take time for me to just go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go, do whatever it is just to keep me a bit more limber because I get so stiff and I crack like bubble wrap. So no, thank you. I am going to make myself fit and healthy again.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
right. Next, I want to cover prices of services. Make sure you're not like comparing yourself with non-standard salon prices because, or even just generally people that are lower in the industry, like people going to undercut you, but that doesn't mean they're as good as you. So
Yeah.
make sure you are charging your worth for your skill, your time, your products, all of the above. Make sure you are charging the right prices for you.
Yeah. I have been, for some reason, I mean, I'm a beauty therapist, but for some reason, my Facebook feed is just full of lashes at the moment. I must have clicked a button once. I mean, I do lashes, but I must have clicked it because now every day it's like lash feed and loads of different lash groups are coming up. Um, I saw something today that really made me really sad actually. Somebody had put a post up on one of the lash groups saying, why is it that, like we've seen in the industry, that so many people are coming out of lashes, they're coming out of the beauty industry because they're just saying there's not enough clients, etc., etc. And one of the comments, somebody said, um, it's there seems to be a race to the bottom of the beauty industry at the moment, and it just broke my heart because it's so true. Um, and basically, what it means is that rather than like working and aiming to the top, we're starting to compare with the lower levels. And like, let's say we're in the middle here, and you're charging, I don't know, £50 for a full set of lashes or whatever, like comparison treatments. But somebody down the road is charging £25 or £20. Why are we at the middle saying I need to drop my prices to come down to the bottom? I mean, why are we racing to get to the bottom first? Because it doesn't make any financial sense. And it just makes me so sad because the people at the bottom prices are the ones that should be coming up to the middle and to the top, not us going back down. Um, and it comes down to loads of different things that we seem to forget why we charge what we charge. There's not a price, a standard price that goes across the board. There's not an RRP or anything like that. But the reason we charge what we charge is because of our experience, our education, and the products that we use, and also how busy we are as well. So there is space for all of us, but I just think let's stop racing to be the bottom. Let's stop racing to be the cheapest and the fastest. Let's aim high. Let's bring this industry back up. Like, even if it's just middle level, let's bring it up and let's make the people at the bottom want to strive and achieve to get to the top and to the middle. You open a business and you open a business because you had a dream about it, not because you thought I'm going to make quick, easy money, because you're not. It's hard work. So let's all remember our dreams about our business, why we're doing it, and charge accordingly. And it's just breaking me at the moment. I just feel so sad when I just see so many comments of like, oh, it's just sad. So let's stop having the bottom, have the floor as our what we're aiming for. Aim for the top, everybody. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Reach for the stars
Yeah,
and
reach for the
you'll get
stars.
there. I
Come
think you've
on.
got to have that self-belief, self-confidence, and self-worth. If
Yeah,
you believe in yourself and you believe that you deserve that, then charge what you believe you deserve to be paid, because you need
yeah,
to be paying for your time. You need to be paying, like you think of how much products cost these days, like the price of
yeah,
everything has gone up. If you're charging £25 for a set of nails, you're not covering the costs of everything, as well as your time, as well as your products, as well as your insurance, your rent, or, there's so much that goes into it. You're not paying yourself
yeah,
enough. You're not even paying yourself minimum wage. So I think don't devalue yourself.
yeah, yeah. Reach for the top, don't reach for the bottom. It's just not good.
No.
Not good. So I'm very sad now. It just made me sad when I saw that. Sad.
It's sad, sad times.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, I do. I feel like January is about goal setting. It's about educating your clients to make sure that they know like the reality of services, like what it entails, like waxing. You have to go this amount of time between your waxing because you need it to grow, or you don't want to be doing this or you don't want to be doing that. With your nails, you don't really want to push it too long between because the balance of the nail and you're more likely to break it. You're like 3 to 4 weeks is a good amount of time.
yeah,
Like you don't really want to be going more than that if you can help it. Like once a month, I get it. Like financially, people sometimes can't afford it, but you don't want to be pushing it to like 6, 7 weeks because your growth is going to be so unbalanced that you're really going to cause yourself like injuries. And then it's not your nail technician's fault. That's a you problem.
yeah. And that actually, going on the education side, it's our role and our responsibility as the people that are the professionals,
Mm.
the industry experts, to educate our clients in what is good aftercare. So, in our aftercare, we need to include what's going to happen after their treatments, how long it's likely to last, and like Sammy just said, what is going to happen the longer you leave it. So, I'm sure Sammy's the same, but again, we see all over the place loads of things like greenies, we're seeing onycholosis, loads of these different things. Onycholosis isn't just an allergy, it's not just about an allergic reaction to a product, it is actually trauma to the nail. And if you've got, as Sammy said, if you've got a client who's going 7, 8 weeks because they've got, I don't know, a nude or something and the regrowth, actually that is going to cause some trauma. If they knock that nail or anything like that, it's going to cause some trauma to the nail. So you've got to bear these type of things in mind. It is your responsibility to
Hmm.
give your client good aftercare and educate them in what to expect him. Um, I have seen again, I mean, it's just shocking me what I'm seeing at the moment.
I love that you see all this stuff. I'm like, oh, what have you found out? Come on, spill the beans.
So over Christmas, I think because a lot of people were closed over Christmas, the boundaries started to get well, people were pushing boundaries. And the clients were I'm seeing all these posts where somebody's saying, I did so and so's nails or lashes again on the 24th of December, and they're messaging me on the 27th saying that they've lost a chunk or they broke the nail or something. And the nail techs, the lash techs, whoever it may be, are getting really annoyed by the fact that this client's pushing the boundaries and overstepping. And I totally get it because they're on holiday. But actually, you know what that comes down to? That is your responsibility to tell them what to expect. So every single one of my lash clients knows that they are going to have their infill in 2 to 3 weeks, but they also know that I'll do their lashes, let's say today, they may wake up tomorrow with a lash on their pillow. There's no guarantee for how long things are going to last. Everybody's different, and it's really up to you to make sure that your clients are educated and know that they may lose more because of the time of the month or the time of the year or their aftercare. And it's my clients would I have never ever had somebody message me saying I've lost some of my lashes. I want you to refund me. I mean, this never happened, and the reason it's never happened isn't because I'm better than anyone. It's because I teach them and I tell them how long their lashes are going to last in reality, which is you're not going to have a full set for 3 weeks. These are going to drop out gradually. So
Yep.
we need to do this, and it's just again, it's mind blowing the amount of people that are getting clients messaging after a day or two, or
Talk about the lash cycle. Like, if you don't educate your clients about the lash cycle and be like, look, your natural lashes will fall out every day.
yeah,
Every day
yeah,
you lose a lash or two, or sometimes you'll lose more. And it's a case of, yeah, you need to clean them lashes as well. You can't
yeah,
expect them to stay perfect if you've never cleansed them. They'll just be dirty and full of crap. Like, that's not
yeah.
good for your eye. Oh, I've got
No.
to
Oh,
no. But yeah, it is expectations is just huge. Like, it's even for, like, client appointment times, right? The expectation of, they come in and they go, oh, I want you to do full nail art on every nail, but I've only got an hour.
yeah,
And you're like, well, that's not possible unless
yeah,
you want like a dot. Like,
yeah,
it's being realistic in teaching them, like, if you're going to book in for an hour appointment, expect you to only have that. We
yeah,
can't add extra. If you pre-book that you want nail art extra, you want a full set extra, like, you want loads of nail art, or you want a little bit of nail art, or whatever, always just let them know that that is going to be longer. It may not take longer. It depends on obviously what they've had, but it's giving your client that expectation of, you need to realize that I can't work like that. I'm not a machine.
yeah,
I'm a human
yeah.
being.
That's yeah, Sammy, that is so true because that's when the complaints come in, and it's where like you do a favor for somebody, you're like, right, I've only got an hour, but I will do it for you, and you're stressing and you're sweating, and the results aren't what your client expected, and you've done everything you can. And actually, you've got that client that then a day later is like either slagging you off on some local thing, saying, look what I got, this is what I asked for, and this is what I got. Or
God.
they have you seen those? Have you seen those? There's an actual Facebook page on it, and it's like, oh my God. It's like clients going to this page of like, oh, anyway.
Do you know what though? I've seen quite a few of them. You know where, but they're makeup related. You know when you go, you see the woman that goes to this like dodgy salon, and she
Yeah,
goes and gets her makeup done, and she looks like a drag queen, but in a really bad way. Like
I'm gonna have
not
to
a
look for that.
beautiful drag. It's like, you know, you just look like a clown, and you're
Yes.
like, but then it's like they've not used clean brushes. They've used their fingers, and you know, when it's like a really, really bad experience, and you're like, do they even know what they're doing? Like,
Yeah.
but like I couldn't go to a salon, like I couldn't go to the hairdressers and be like, yeah, I'm just going to record my entire appointment. Like I can't, I'm not an influencer like that, you know, like I'm not
You
one
should
of
be
the people,
Sammy.
and it's okay if that's what you do, but it's a case of like I wouldn't feel comfortable recording them without their permission. Like, I'm happy if
Yeah.
you're recording it and you've got their permission, be like, look, do you mind if I record this service today? Because I'm going to put it on my socials. Da, 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 da. Absolutely, do it. But I couldn't go and be like, oh my God, can you see what she's done to my hair? Like, oh my God, this is not what I expected. Or, you know, I'm going to get my makeup done and you can see it in your face and you're like, yeah, you're not showing that person who's actually doing it, but I feel like it's slightly disrespectful and not respecting that person. Yes,
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
it's showing that they're really bad at what they're doing. Great.
Yeah,
Um, but at the same time, I feel like it's rude.
it is rude.
Like
And
you're not asking that person for consent to be
yeah,
recorded.
it is rude.
That's
Right?
that's what I'm trying to say. Is I'm trying to say is you kind of like, yes, it's okay to record your appointment. Yes, it's okay to take a picture of your nail tech if they're doing your nails and you're like, oh my God, let's do a little reel or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's absolutely fine, but with their consent.
Yeah,
Ask
definitely.
permission. Don't just record people just for the sake of it because you
Yeah.
feel like it's okay to make fun of people or just to humiliate them. It's not okay.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
I went
definitely true.
off topic there. I just
No,
kind of like
it is
went
totally off topic. It's totally off topic. But I like it. Have you ever been recorded and somebody then complains about you, Sammy? Because it seems quite passionate.
No, I've not, but I've just seen a lot. I've seen a lot of it. Like I've had people record me. That's not a problem. They put it on their socials, like, oh my God, happy nails done. Look at me, da da. You know, it's great. Um, I've never had any bad things been recorded because obviously I don't do anything bad. But to speak myself up there. But no, in general, like I see it all the time on like TikTok and
Yeah,
Instagram, and you know, you're scrolling through reels and you see all these people that have been recorded without their permission,
yeah.
and I feel like it's not fair.
No,
I
it
feel like it's
isn't.
quite rude. Some stuff, yes, it's funny just because it's actually a funny thing, not personal.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like there's a
yeah.
difference between like a funny thing that you're like, oh my God, have you seen this? And it's just something funny to just downright nasty trolling.
Well, I think it's really easy for people to be nasty. And it's the whole keyboard warrior thing, isn't it? It's really easy. If you were like face to face with somebody, like this is the reason why these complaints come in. And the complaints, like as I say, a lot of them are lack of education.
Mhm.
A lot of the time it's that our clients aren't educated by us to know what to expect. And also we try too hard to do what our client wants, even if we're not able to in the time allotted, etc., etc. But a lot of these are, they just turn up, slag you off on your Google reviews, or like go into a Facebook group of look what I've got, without actually phoning you and just saying,
Yeah,
hi,
you have
I'm
no idea.
Sammy, or hi, Emma.
You're like, oh, by the way, my nails didn't even last 24 hours. Like, can you rectify it? Because nine times out of ten, if you actually was to go to the person who did it and you've gone, oh my God, send them a picture and be like, oh my God, I've just like smashed it on the car door,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
I've just
help.
had an accident. Can you help me? I've broken a nail, whatever. Like your nail tech's going to respect you more and probably be a bit more lenient and get you in
Yeah.
or whatever than if you was to go like oh my God, I can't believe it. I went and had my nails done yesterday and look what they look like. And it's
Yeah.
like, but you caused that yourself. Like, we do know the difference between a nail that's just pinged off and a nail that's been ripped off. Like, there
Yes.
is a difference. And as nail technicians, we know, same as beauty therapists, you know if someone's picked all their eyelashes out.
Yeah. Of
Like, you can tell the
course you
difference.
can.
Like, we're not stupid.
No.
But yeah, I do think just communication, communicate with the person that's done the service, and there's no reason to be rude about it.
No, there isn't at all. Um, and there's also no reason for us to be rude about it either.
No,
Right.
you've got to respect each other. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all, we all do things that aren't always going to be to everyone else's taste. You know, there'll be like nails I look at online sometimes and I'm like, oh my God, they're hideous. Like why would you do that? Why would you let them walk out? But that the person that it's been done to could absolutely love them.
Yeah, because that's what we never know, is it? We never know what the story is behind
Mm-hmm.
the picture. And it may be that, somebody has requested this, and we think it's vile, but
They
they've
actually
requested
really
it.
wanted it. Like I've
Oh,
done sets of nails over the last like 11 years. Like I have done sets of nails and I've gone, I do not like that design or I don't like it. But the clients requested it. And I'm like, that's not for me, but that's clearly for them, and that's okay.
Sammy, I've got a funny story for you actually, and
Cool.
it's just just talking about client requests, it's just reminded me about this story. So I went back to work on Saturday, and I've got generally my Saturday clients. I work every other Saturday. My Saturday clients are mega regular clients. They like
Hmm.
have an appointment every 4 weeks, bang, 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 that type of thing. Same time every 4 weeks. And one of my regulars, who I've known for years and years and years, she comes in for about 3 hours. So she has lash infills, a pedicure, and she has a back massage as well.
Hmm.
And the last part of the treatment is a back massage. So we start with the pedicure, then we do lashes, then on to back massage. There's a reason why I'm telling you my order, by the way. And anyway, I'm doing her pedicure, and she talks to me about a new artist, music artist that she's been listening to, and she bought the album, and like she really likes this person. And she said, she's a bit jazzy, a bit like Amy Winehouse, but like mellow jazz, Jamie Cullum type thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds nice. Such a lovely album, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, come to our massage time. And I use Spotify for my massage. So I am setting my phone up, ready to like play through the speaker. And she said to me, why don't you put that artist on for the massage? And I was like, that's fine by me. I'm adaptable, which is important as a therapist and a nail tech, etc., etc. I'm adaptable. If you want that on, that's fine. But once it's on, I'm not going to stop your massage to change it. So it's up to you. She's like, yeah, yeah, definitely. It's really relaxing. I really enjoy it. So type in this person's name on my phone. And I'm not going to mention their name, okay? Because I don't want anyone to suddenly be like, yeah, I don't want to be in trouble for talking about this artist.
Yeah, no,
So I
that's
type the
fine.
name into my phone, and it comes up. And this song comes on, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like what, jazzy Amy Winehouse, Jamie Cullum type thing. It's like really, really urban. I'm like, okay. I was like, is this it? No, 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 that's not it. So then type this person in, and I look at the album titles, and she's like, I said, is it this album? She said, yeah, that's the album. So I was like, okay. So I put the album on. I was like, you sure you want the album on? Yeah, it's lovely. So I put the album on, and I get my oil on her body, and I start massaging. And it's all lovely, lovely, lovely. Second song comes on, and I'm massaging, trying to be professional. And by the way, this client's older than I am. She's in her 50s. And all I can hear is this woman talking about having cocaine in the toilet and the bitches in the car, and, and I'm massaging this lady. And my client's just like totally oblivious. And about 15 minutes into her treatment, she said, Emma, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this much swearing and this much like I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it just reminded me then. We kept it on for the whole time, and she was laughing, saying that normally when she's got it on at home, she's basically like doing a cleaning and stuff. So she's not actually listening to the music. But in a massage, all you can do is listen to the lyrics. And I was like,
That's
oh my God.
hilarious.
So yeah. So actually, if anybody had seen my massage and listened to what I was massaging to, they would be like, "Oh my God, it's so unprofessional." But that was what my client wanted at the
Yeah,
time. So, sometimes we have to adapt to our clients, and there's sometimes a different backstory to it as well. But
that
it
is
just reminds
genuinely
me.
hilarious.
Honestly, Sammy, I swear to God.
You saying that though, like, so yesterday I was working like back to back yesterday, and I asked Alexa, can you play I think I asked for it to play History, right? So I was like, oh, let's just play some old school music. And then it goes, um, good morning, Sami, because it calls me Sami.
Army.
Right? And then he goes, playing your music on Spotify. And I was like, I didn't think anything of it, right? So I'm sitting there doing my client's nails and I'm like, effing this, effing that, da, da, da. And it's like, obviously, none of it's filtered and it's all like old school songs. So it's fine, But then it's like, do you remember that? What was it? It was the fuck you right back or whatever it was. Fuck what you said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that came on, right? And I was thinking, I have not heard this song for years. Like, but at the same time, I'm thinking, why is it swearing? Like, it doesn't normally swear because it's normally like radio edits. So it's like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, it's just playing Spotify. It's
Oh
not actually
no.
playing. So I was like sitting there and I was like, I'm so glad that it was a client that I could kind of get away with. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh my God. So then obviously I had to then change what was playing. But it was just that moment of you're sitting there, you're filing the nails and you're just like, your ears prick and you go,
Yeah.
that's not what I put on.
Well, Sammy, good job that he's one of your regulars because you could also now be on one of these groups of
Yeah.
like,
Could
this
you
is what,
imagine? Oh my
or
God, I wouldn't go there. Like, I mean, one of my reviews was very interesting. I mean, this client never came back, but they did give me a 5-star review, but they did never come back. I don't know for whatever reason. They never mentioned it, but in the review said that I was a very interesting woman. I was like, I know, I'm so interesting.
you are quite interesting. You're an interesting character.
I'm a very interesting character. I was just like, that's a really nice, like, it was like a
It's the
really nice,
stage.
it was quite a big review. And it was like, the bit that got me was the fact that, oh, no, she's a very interesting woman or something. And I was like,
That's a
yes,
funny
yes,
thing to
I
put
am.
in a
I'm different.
review.
I'm not your average Joe.
That's a funny thing to put in a review. That is a funny thing. I like it
I
though.
loved it though. It was great. Um, Yeah, I love it. Do you know what? My job does make me happy.
Yeah.
I've got rid of my negative clients, and it's okay to sack clients, but yeah, get rid of your negative Nancy's. Um, keep positive. Look forward to the rest of 2025. Like, what's your goal? Are you booking people in advance? How far in advance are you booking them? Are you
Yeah.
booking them up till Easter? Are you booking them up to next month? Like, how many appointments do you set up? Like, right now,
Yeah.
like you said us earlier about the diary, my diary is pretty clear to a point. I actually do have a client booked up till July because she's got a wedding, so she wanted to make sure that they were all set up. But I've already gone in and I've set like, right, I'm off for then, I'm off for then, like I've already set up my entire
Yeah.
year of when I've got time off. Um, what have you set up? Do you make sure your clients are booking their next appointment while they're with you? Are you encouraging them to pre-book so that they're not left to the point where I had a message the other day? I've got a nail emergency. Can you get me in? But I can only come in Fridays. Yeah, my next Friday is not until the 24th of Jan, which actually is
Oh,
gone now, so I can't do that. But it's a case of like, if you'd have pre-booked
yeah.
and you can only go on a certain day, whether it be a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day of the week it is, pre-book so that you don't lose out on that client
Definitely.
because they haven't penciled it in their life.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, 2025, let's do this.
Yay. I'm excited about this year. Do you know what though? Somebody said the other day, 25 years since the millennium. What the hell? How
Oh,
old are you? How old are you, Sammy?
I would have 2020, no, 2000. I would have
Yeah.
been 10. Yeah, year 2000, I was 10.
I remember being really excited because I was born in 1980 and I was so excited as I was getting older towards the millennium. So I'm going to be 19 at the millennium, like when that like new year kicks in.
Well, yeah, so I would have been 9 still. So I would have
Yeah.
literally been 9 years old on that Millennium New
Yeah.
Year's.
So to me, I'm like, oh Jesus, I remember partying hard that year. I remember partying hard a lot of years and don't remember partying a lot of years as well. Where
Yeah,
I
well,
did party, but I don't remember it.
yeah, yeah. No, do you know what? You saying that though, like how many years ago it was? I saw it was a guy, he did, I follow him on like social media. He does like the comedy sort of sketches. And it was like him going to the shop, getting his bottle of vodka. And then he's like, oh, can I have your ID? He passes him the ID and he's giving it to him back really quick. Oh, that was really quick. Yeah, it started with 19. And you're like,
Ah, that's
oh,
brilliant.
oh, that's great. You're
Oh, that's
like,
brilliant.
but it is, isn't it? It's the fact of like, I think of like 30 years ago as 1970.
I know, it's terrifying. I
Like,
know.
I'm like, oh my God, it's actually 1995.
I
Like,
know.
oh God.
I know. It's just really terrifying. It's really
I,
scary.
I feel like I'm getting older, but I don't feel old. Like, I remember being a kid and going, oh my God, they're in their 30s, they're well old, or they're in
Oh
their
God.
40s or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm that person and I
You
don't
are that.
feel that old. But and then I like look at like my parents and grandparents and things like that. Like my nan's 90, like she's 90, that's
Oh wow, I
legendary.
love it.
I
Love
hope
it.
I get to that point.
Yeah, I love that.
But like I look at 90 as old.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like no, but like 80, 90 years old, I look
Yeah.
at that now and go, that's old. I
Yeah,
look
not
at a 60,
70s.
70-year old and I don't think that they're old. I think they're
Yeah.
old, but they're not like
No.
old, old. That doesn't make any sense, but
No,
it
it
does
does
make
make
sense in
sense.
my head. Like I look at it now and go, yeah, like 60, 70, you still got so much to give.
I know.
But yet when you're 80, 90, you're like, yeah, you're old, but wow, check you
Yeah.
out. You've lived forever. Wow.
Wow. I'm 45 in March. And
Well, you're
it's
halfway there.
yeah, I am. But you know what hits me harder than that, Sammy? I was like, my husband said to me the other day, oh, 15 years. He was talking about retirement and he was like, Emma, in reality, like 15 years, you and I want to be thinking about retiring. And I was like, yeah, I'll be 60.
Oh.
And then that's not scary. 15 years to 60 isn't scary. But what is scary is 15 years since I was 30 and those 15 years have vanished. And I'm like, oh, holy cow.
Yeah.
30 was
Well,
fun.
I think what? So this is my wedding anniversary. I've been married for 13 years, and I think 13 years ago I was 21 years old.
Oh my God,
21.
you were a baby getting married.
I was a baby. But it's like I was
Child bride.
21 13 years ago.
13
What?
years.
Like I have my eldest, right? He's 13 and he's taller than me.
Oh,
He is 5'8.5, and I'm like, not
oh,
okay. You're like it's just not okay. I'm like, I'm 5'7", and it's
wow,
just
you are
like,
tall.
it just makes me feel sick. The fact that my child,
Oh,
my baby, is bigger than me.
I know, it's terrifying, isn't it? We've gone
God,
totally on a tangent, haven't we? Sorry, everyone.
sorry, we're just talking now. This is just life. This is what happens. So when we're not recording, this is what happens. We just go, oh my God,
Yeah, we talk about lots of good
reality of
things
it.
as well.
But yeah, we have literally been recording for like an hour. So
Oops.
oopsie, but that's okay because we haven't recorded for a few weeks.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We better let you go now so that you've made, can go
Yeah,
and make your
thank you
goals.
for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because
Yes.
we will be back. We are back. We are going to try and get them in every week. Uh,
Yeah.
ideally on a Wednesday if we can. Like I love a
Yeah.
midweek. Love a midweek. Um, yeah, if you have anything you want us to talk about, anything at all, you want to come and join us as a guest host, is that class guest? Yeah. Would you
It's
like to
our
come on
podcast. We
with
can call it
us?
what we want. what we want.
Yeah, come and join us and have a little chit chat, chittity chat. Let's do it. What would you like us to share? Would you like us to do certain topics? Would you like us to, I don't know, just be us because we're cool.
Do
But
you want
yeah,
to hear
thanks
more
for
about
listening.
us?
Yeah, do you want to learn more about us? What have we been up to this all these years in the industry? Yeah, anything. Tips, tricks, anything. Ask away. Leave a comment in the bottom.
Yes. And sorry about my cough, everybody. I had the flu.
Been poorly.
Yeah, which is
That's
why we couldn't
another
do anything
reason.
last week.
Yeah, that is another. Yeah, it was. I was
Yeah,
like, "Shall we record?" And you were like, "I'm still poorly." I was like, "We'll
I'm in bed.
postpone.
I'm in
It's
bed. I
fine."
can't talk. I can't do this.
If you, yeah, you can't do it if you're ill. There's no point. We'll just
Yeah, so
postpone it.
sorry.
It's okay. But yeah,
Yep.
um, lots of love. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming. Thanks for watching.
Oh my goodness, I look like Dame Edna Everage.
Lots of love. Bye, bye. See
Bye for
you
now.
then.